The divine display at Mount Carmel. Elijah, one of Yahweh's most prominent prophets, found himself immersed in a period of great spiritual conflict in Israel. Due to the apostasy of the people during the reign of Ahab and his wife Jezebel, Israel faced a terrible drought as a consequence of forsaking Yahweh, the God of Israel, in favor of worshipping Baal. This situation is mentioned in 1 Kings 17:1, when Elijah prophesies that there will be no rain or dew for the next few years, except by his word. Jezebel, a Phoenician princess of foreign origin, introduced her own beliefs and religious practices into the court of Israel, deeply rooted in the worship of Baal and other pagan gods of the region. Married to King Ahab, her influence on him exacerbated the apostasy in Israel, leading to an unprecedented spiritual and political crisis. Known for her cruelty and determination, Jezebel did not hesitate to persecute the prophets of Yahweh and promote the worship of Baal, openly defying God's authority in Israel. During this period of apostasy, Obadiah, an official of Ahab, feared Yahweh deeply. He played a crucial role by risking his own life to protect 100 prophets of Yahweh from Jezebel's attacks, hiding them in caves and providing them with food and water. 1 Kings 18:3-4. Obadiah also collaborated with Elijah to gather the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel for the confrontation. 1 Kings 18:16-19. His involvement demonstrates the existence of faithful remnants in Israel, even amid the apostasy of King Ahab and his court. Following the narrative in 1 Kings 18:20-40, Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to an epic confrontation on Mount Carmel. On Mount Carmel, Elijah confronted King Ahab and challenged him to gather all Israel and the prophets of Baal to the mountain, where Elijah proposed a test to determine who the true God was, Baal or Yahweh. Before the confrontation, Elijah called on the people of Israel to make a firm decision in their loyalty to Yahweh, declaring, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If Yahweh is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, follow him." 1 Kings 18:21. However, the people remained silent, unable to decide. Elijah then proposed a challenge. 2 bulls would be prepared, one for Baal and one for Yahweh. The God who responded by sending fire upon the altar would be recognized as the true God. The people all agreed. So the prophets of Baal chose one of the bulls, prepared it on the altar, and invoked the name of Baal from dawn until noon, but there was no response. At noon, Elijah began to taunt them, suggesting that Baal might be busy, traveling, or sleeping. So they shouted louder, danced around the altar, and, as was their custom, cut themselves with knives and spears until blood flowed. Time passed, but no one answered. Then Elijah called everyone to him as he gathered 12 stones, one for each tribe of the sons of Jacob, to whom Yahweh had given the name Israel. With the stones he repaired the altar, which had been destroyed and represented the unity of the people in their worship of Yahweh. He then arranged the wood on which he placed the pieces of the bull he had just cut. After that, he dug a large trench around the altar. Finally, he ordered that 4 jars of water be poured over the sacrifice and over the wood, repeating this 3 times until the water filled the trench around the altar. At the time of the evening sacrifice, the prophet Elijah approached the altar and said, "O Yahweh, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, prove today that you are the God of Israel and that I am your servant. Prove that I have done all this at your command. Answer me, O Yahweh, answer me, so these people will know that you, O Yahweh, are God, and that you have done all this at your command." 1 Kings 18:36-37. Yahweh's response to the sacrifice was nothing short of spectacular. The divine fire fell and consumed not only the sacrifice, but also the wood, the stones, and even the water around the altar, demonstrating indisputably the power and sovereignty of God over all false gods. This extraordinary event left the people of Israel amazed and prostrate before the true God, recognizing his supremacy and authority. Elijah then ordered that the prophets of Baal be captured and taken to the valley of Kishon, where they were executed, putting an end to the apostasy and drought plaguing Israel. After the confrontation, Elijah climbed to the top of the mountain and prayed 7 times, while his servant Gehazi, who accompanied him, watched the horizon for clouds. On the 7th time, a small cloud arose from the sea indicating that rain was coming. 1 Kings 18:41-45. This rain represents the spiritual and physical restoration of Israel, symbolizing the renewal of the covenant between God and his people after the period of apostasy. The confrontation on Mount Carmel was a pivotal moment in Israel's history, vividly demonstrating the power and sovereignty of Yahweh over false gods. In addition to bringing spiritual and physical renewal to the nation, this event strengthened the people's faith and confirmed Elijah's authority as a prophet of God. It was a powerful testimony to Yahweh's faithfulness to his people and a reminder that there is no other God besides him.